You are listening to the Fringe Radio Network. FringeRadioNetwork.com.
You're listening to Earth Oddity, a weekly odyssey into all the oddity planet Earth has to offer. And now, serving it up are Christopher Tiny Sullivan and John Long.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Pretty good.
Okay, yeah, you too, Tiny. I didn't realize I was opening the show. So, have you had a good week?
It's been all right. How's your week been?
It's been hectic but good. Yeah, it's not a bad week at all. You know, trying to get the grass mowed. It's been an ongoing saga in my life for the past week. So, but hopefully I'll get it finished today and everybody will get off of my back about it. So, you know, by everybody, I mean someone specifically who no longer listens to the podcast. So.
You're just going to put this out.
I'm going to add a nugget to each episode, and so I'll know when she comes back and starts listening again, because then I'll hear about it at home. So,
right.
Yeah, that's my new plan. So,
I will say this: my advice to anyone out there starting a podcast, you know, my number one tip would be do it, because it's a lot of fun. You'll learn a lot, and it's just a lot of fun to do a podcast. 2, all your friends who say that they'll listen, you'll get maybe half of those people who actually will check out an episode or two.
Probably 20%.
Yeah.
But I found out that another guy at work has started listening too. So
awesome.
Shout out to John. He's a good dude. Probably one of my favorite people to work with. So him and Lindsay both are really my two favorite people at work anyways. So
right.
And since nobody else at work listens, I can say that out loud. So yeah, so I'm glad. Thank them for listening. So, you got good stories this week?
Man,
I know we've had a lot.
The inbox was full this week,
right.
And we tried to pare it down a little bit. We have an update on the pooperintendent.
Oh yeah,
and we have a guy who legally changed his sex so he could save on car insurance.
Okay, that's gaming the system right there.
Yeah,
I like that. I got a burglar who woke up a couple to ask to use their Wi-Fi network.
He was stealing internet. He was stealing bandwidth.
That's right. Yes. And my, let's see, how would he be? What would he be? My cousin-in-law, Stephen, posted this one in the Facebook group, which is the Egypt Zoo was accused of painting a donkey like a zebra. So, but yeah, let's get it kicked off though. Well, actually, before I get to that, I want to discuss, I didn't even talk to you about this. I meant to, the video of the McDonald's lady.
Oh, snap.
That's really, if you haven't.
Shout out to Wiltz.
Yeah, shout out to Wiltz who put it up. If you haven't watched that video, like if you've been in a hole on the internet, because it was everywhere, there's a video of a McDonald's manager. It appears to be a manager. She has a collared shirt on. And a customer getting into a brawl, 2 ladies in a brawl. And the McDonald's manager, she is something else. She's something else. That's the only thing I can say. She takes a tray to the face and doesn't even check up. She punches the other girl so hard that her hair comes out of a bun, like the girl getting punched. Her hair just falls out of the bun, you know? And she's an absolute unit. I mean, I'm in awe of the size of this lass. She was amazing.
I would like to just say to everyone out there, don't throw milkshakes at the management.
Right. Yeah, look.
They have a tough enough time.
Real tough job.
And I loved Wilt's comment where he said the most surprising thing about this story is that their shake machine was working.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, but that girl got beat down. All right. Man. And then the assistant manager, other worker, finally is helping her out and pulling them apart. And then she starts the customer starts trying to fight her, and she takes about 3 more jabs to the face from the assistant manager. Like, you picked the wrong McDonald's to mess around in this week. Because they were not having it. They were fed up. But even after it's all over with, she's still hollering like, you better not mess with me, you know? And I'm like, you just got threw around like a rag doll in McDonald's, and you're still acting like you're tough, you know?
Man.
But yeah, check it out just to see that manager, because she is something else. I mean, like I said in the Facebook group, she's got good lateral movement, a good burst off the ball. And I would like to see her on our defensive line. She could be Mount Cody. She's Mount Cody's size. You know, she's probably, you know, she's a big old girl, and she was bringing the hay.
And she moves fast too.
Yeah. I mean, she closed.
I don't think I could punch that fast.
No. And from the counter to where the girl was sitting, you know, we've all been at McDonald's before. It's probably a good, you know, 10, 15 yards, maybe 10 yards. And she closed that ground fast. I mean, good initial burst off the ball. And she just comes around there, takes a tray to the face. It doesn't even phase her, you know?
Man.
That's probably not the only tray she shoved in her face before. But anyways, you want to start it off? You want me to start
I'll start it off.
All right.
Oregon woman finds cougar in the living room, which, I mean, that's a decent headline, but that's not all.
Right.
She says telepathy helped her to get the cougar out.
Okay.
This is from Oregon, and this is such an Oregon story.
Yeah.
You're going to love this.
Shout out to my cousin Casey, who lives out there, too.
And shout out to Johnny McMahon.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He lives out there. He lives in
Iron
Portland.
Johnny. They should hook up. I mean, they should meet
They
up.
should.
Yeah, they'd probably get along.
An Oregon woman who found a mountain lion in the living room says she relied on, quote, frequency and attunement, feline speak and eye blinking, and telepathy to calm the animal and safely guide it out after it took a 6-hour nap behind the couch.
A 6-hour nap?
That's a long time to have a cougar in your house.
That's, yeah.
I would have called animal control long before that.
Well, if it's asleep, you know, you just, I don't know. I mean, maybe she probably doesn't have like a rifle or something, but I just have shot it while it was asleep.
Well, I mean, yes, but then you got to deal with the legal repercussions.
I'll say, is it like an endangered or protected animal or something like that?
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Now, well, it may vary state by state. I know we don't have them in Alabama, but if you see one in Alabama, you better leave it alone. It better be.
Some people
it better be on you,
right? Yeah.
Before you go shooting it.
Some people say we have them in Alabama, but I've never seen one. So.
But anyway, it says here, this is wild. Lauren Taylor of Ashland posted on Facebook at the beginning of July. Taylor, who was not immediately available for comment, wrote about her encounter with a wild animal on social media platforms, saying, the animal entered the household after drinking a fountain pond near the back door. Taylor said the cougar entered through the open door and said it was likely unaware that it was walking indoors at first because of plants and stairs built around tree branches. So I'm assuming she has a front porch and she's kind of done it up with plants and all this other stuff. And this cougar thinks it's just, oh man, this is a nice area.
Probably like some cedar handrail, you know, like cedar limb handrails and stuff. Yeah.
The housemates shouted after seeing the animal, and Taylor said the cougar was agitated and tried to leave through a closed window. So I guess it just hit its face on the window.
Yeah, you may be a predator, but you're not smart enough to figure out a window.
It went and hid behind the sofa. Taylor went to check on the animal a bit later, and she found it asleep. When I made a noise, she woke up and looked startled. So I consciously raised my frequency.
Oh, okay.
And I gazed lovingly into her eyes and communicated through feline speak, eye blinking to calm her. So is that like Morse code for cats?
Oh, no. I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
We'll try it with my cat.
Taylor wrote on Facebook, it was amazing to realize that this worked. I gazed lovingly and then blinked hard, and she blinked back. And then she went back to sleep. So I guess that cougar's like, she's talking my language. It's cool.
No, it's cool.
Taylor explained in her post that cats are extremely psychic and perceptive of energy.
Okay.
Which I was not. I knew that they see ghosts.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know
that's why they run around in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Which maybe that's connected. I don't know. Before dawn, Taylor said she sent the animal telepathic pictures of routes out of the house and then up into the hills, and then she woke the animal up with drumming. Wow. It's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, right. That's huge. I get grumpy when I get woke up, and I'm not a cougar.
Man, I wonder what that sounded like.
I don't know. You got some You got some
Hold
sound?
on a second. Let me see if I can find something.
Oh, it's good radio right here.
That's why it's a podcast, so I can cut all this down.
I'm a fan of leaving it.
Doggone it.
We're actually mentally, telepathically sending you drum sounds to everyone who's listening to this right now. I've blinked really hard a couple of times.
Well, hold on a second. Maybe I don't. Hold on. Check this out. I got it.
Oh, we're coming. It's coming. Okay.
I think that's how she. Do you think that's what the cougar woke up to?
Yes.
So anyway, she roused and knew just what to do, walking out through the open doors, through the yard, across the creek, and through the empty field behind us, exactly as we had shown her, Taylor wrote. Taylor said she had extensive experience with energy and animals, but she does not suggest people seek out encounters with mountain lions.
No.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
She stay safely in the hills and enjoy a long life as a wild, healthy lion, Taylor said.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then just from the authorities here, should you encounter a cougar, officials say make yourself appear bigger by putting your arms up or out and make noise to shoo the animal away. Turning around and running may make you appear like prey.
Yeah, right. You don't want to run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even a house.
So I guess this lady, she did everything she was supposed to do with, feline speak and telepathically communicating with the animal.
Blinking.
The only thing I guess she could have done is make herself look bigger.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well done, Taylor.
I think, number one, my first plan would have been to shoot it, because I think it'd kill you, we're no match for a cougar,
right.
Without a weapon. It just they're built to kill,
Well, with your kids in the house,
right?
You don't want your 8-year-old going up, right. Kitty.
But secondly, you open up a pack of steaks and throw one out on the porch, and just let it get that little steak smell in his nostrils, and it'll go out there to eat, and then you shut the door behind it if you don't want to kill it. But I'd like to tell everybody I killed a cougar in my house.
If I was single, I would like to, throw that steak in the bathroom. Trap it in the bathroom, and then next time somebody's over, be like, "Hey, bathroom's over there."
Here's a fun prank: getting mauled by a cougar. Yes, I bet you this lady, she's probably big into yoga.
Right?
I'm sure she was. I don't even have to. I don't even know what she looks like, but I guarantee you she was into yoga, and she probably would have gotten along well with the next guy from this next story, which comes out of CBS Boston. The headline is: Police say a naked man arrested at Planet Fitness said he thought he was in a judgment-free zone. So we know that's Planet Fitness's slogan,
right?
A Massachusetts man apparently learned the hard way that the judgment-free zone philosophy at Planet Fitness only goes so far. Police say 34-year-old Eric Stagno, too old to be doing this, was walking around naked at the Plainstow gym before settling in on the gym yoga mat.
So he wasn't in the locker room. He was walking around in the main.
Yeah, he came on out naked.
Area.
Officers arrived at the Planet Fitness to find him nude on his knees in a yoga-type position. The Harville man was arrested without incident and charged with indecent exposure / lewdness and disorderly conduct. Now, if you look at his his mugshot, it looks exactly like you would think he looked.
Yes.
Exactly. The only statement
again, Mr. Coutrere, he threw that up in the Facebook group.
Yes.
So check out our Facebook group if you want to see a picture of him.
The only statement that he made was that he thought it was a judgment-free zone. Apparently referencing the chain slogan, Police Captain Brett Morgan told WBZ TV. Gym goers who saw Stagno's naked exercise reported feeling disgusted, sick, and unsafe, Morgan said.
Okay, I don't want to see a guy doing naked yoga either, but
I don't know that I feel unsafe. You know, maybe, if you're a female, there's a lot of weirdos out there.
That's true.
I could understand that. But as a dude.
As a 6'5", 300-pound man, I wouldn't feel unsafe about it.
Well, as a 5'10", and I'm not sure how much I weigh, but more than I'm supposed to weigh, I wouldn't feel uncomfortable. I mean, I wouldn't feel unsafe. Now, I might be disgusted depending on what poses he was doing. A downward facing dog, that's no good for anybody. All right.
Happy baby.
Yeah, right. Any of that.
It's not a happy baby.
No. But he was released on $1,000 bail, which is pretty cheap if you ask me, and is due in Plastico Circuit Court on September 21st. So we'll have to keep an eye out and see how his defense goes through the legal process. But he just was trying to do a little yoga at the Planet Fitness, which I feel like yoga is a type of thing that you could do at your house. My cousin Casey, who I just referenced a little while ago, she's big into yoga, like super awesome at it too. Now I don't know a lot about yoga, but I mean, she like twist up like a pretzel and stand on her head and stuff. It's pretty awesome,
All right.
I don't know that I can do yoga. I feel like I would enjoy yoga because I like to stretch, like wake up in the morning. Stretching is one of the greatest feelings in the world. But I don't know that I could pull it off in like a group setting without, passing gas and ripping my tights or whatever else there is to do there, So, but I feel like you don't have to get naked and go to the Planet Fitness. You can do that at home, You don't need weights or anything else. You can just do it right there in your floor. So,
well, they probably have better energy at the gym for that kind of thing.
Right. Or, he could have been on a lot of drugs or something. And just like, I'm just going to go in here and take my clothes off.
There's part of me that, they do say it's a judgment-free zone.
Right.
I kind of feel sorry for the guy, but, just word to the wise, there's no such thing as a judgment-free zone. It don't matter where you are.
Right.
If you're alone, you're probably going to be judging yourself at some point. No matter where you are, somebody somewhere is judging you.
Yeah. No, yeah, most definitely.
Especially now during the age of the internet.
Right. Yeah. Even if you get one of those tattoos that says only God can judge me, someone's judging you. Right. I hate that. There
may not be any authority
to
their judgment.
Right.
But they're laying it down, I promise you.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I will say again, if only God can judge you, which, that's a popular slogan people have, that should make you very afraid,
Right.
Like you should be really scared and do something to change your life,
Because I would honestly, even though it may be more harsh, I would rather the nameless internet troll be judging me because the worst is going to happen is he, types some mean stuff on my forums.
Right. Yes. Right. Yeah. So anyways, word to the wise, don't get naked and do yoga in Planet Fitness. That is apparently frowned upon. I thought it was America and you could do what you wanted to, but, you can't go into Planet Fitness and do naked yoga, which is sad. I thought this is the land of the free, but whatever. Nobody wants to see your
downward dog.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see your bits while you're doing your different poses. So.
Oh man. Our next story here. Alberta man changes sex to get cheaper insurance for a Chevrolet Cruze.
I knew this was going to start happening.
Yes.
I did too. I don't know that I predicted it on the podcast, but I was like,
it's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time for somebody's like, I'm going to game the system with this. So, yeah.
And I say more power to him.
Yeah. If this is what we're going to do.
If society is going to let him get away with this, good for you.
I'm going to identify all my kids when they turn 16 as females. Don't you get, lower insurance rates if you're a female, even when you're like a teenager, right?
Yes, that's true.
I don't know because I've always been a man.
Well, I think that's actually what, the guy wasn't a teenager, but this is what happened here. Check this out. In Canada, a man from Alberta became famous on social media for changing his sex to buy cheaper insurance for a car he wanted to buy. He changed his gender because women in Canada pay lesser amount for car insurances than men.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a reason for that, by the way, because men do stupid stuff,
Yeah, exactly. It's not sexist, although in the world we're living in now, I feel like someone should be able to accuse him of that.
Yes. Yeah. Because
I guarantee you, if let's just say, okay, what if car insurances, and this is this is hypothetical, but what if car insurance rates were higher for Asian people?
Right.
Yeah, they would immediately be accused of being racist.
Easy, Tiny.
Hypothetical. This is just hypothetical.
Right. Well, but yeah, in general, men are a little less responsible, take a little more risk, so our insurance rates are higher. In turn, we make more per hour than women to balance that out, you know? Yeah. So I guess it all equals out in the end. Plus, let's not ignore the fact that if there's any sort of natural disaster, you know, if we're on the Titanic and it starts going down, women and children get to get on the boats and I have to stay behind, you know? Yeah. So that's like a $3 per hour surcharge, you know? Yeah. So let's just throw that out there. That's a joke, by the way. It's not even my joke. I heard a comedian say that once. So.
Well, anyway, a 23-year-old Canadian man from Alberta has redefined the meaning of going to all lengths to save money. He became a woman in order to get cheaper insurance for a car. But why did he become a woman? Well, in Canada, according to the Insurance Bureau of the nation, I had no idea they had a whole bureau for that up there.
It's all socialists up there, you know.
The women under age 25 pay less of a premium for their car insurance than men, as the latter are more likely to meet with an accident. When the man asked the insurance company about the amount he would have to pay if he bought a cruise, they told him it would cost him about $4,500 a year.
Okay.
He said he was angry and he didn't feel like getting screwed over anymore.
I got you.
So while discussing the various aspects of his insurance, he asked the insurer a question. How much does a woman have to pay for insurance? And the answer shocked him. A woman in her 20s pays $1,100 a year.
Wow.
That's quite a difference. Different.
Yeah.
So he asked the company to change his gender on the auto policy, but they said no.
Oh.
Well, he was not to be denied. He found a loophole in the system. He figured that the insurance policy can only reflect the gender change when it's changed on the concerned person's birth certificate and driver's license. Mm-hmm. So what did he do next? He then found out what needed to be done to get his gender changed on his birth certificate and on his driver's license.
All right.
He only needed a doctor's letter confirming that he was no longer a man and he wanted to be identified as a woman.
Okay.
So no surgery or anything.
Yeah, I'm just identifying as a woman.
I'm identifying as a woman now.
I'm an ugly woman. Yeah.
According to CBC, he got a letter from the doctor and he sent it to the authorities with some other documents. Soon he received his revised birth certificate, which said that he was a female. I did it for cheaper insurance. I'm a man, 100%. Legally, I'm a woman, and I'm paying $1,100 a year.
I just saved $3,400 on my insurance by switching my gender.
I'm switching my gender to... Well, I was going to try to work a Geico commercial in there, right. But I can't do it.
But hats off to him. You know? I mean, he went through the effort to do that. I mean, if you live in Canada, all men should change their genders to women. And it's going to screw their insurance all up, you know? It's really going to mess everything up because even if you identify as a woman, but you're still a man, you still might take your, you know, Chevy Cruze and try to jump it over the railroad tracks and wreck it or whatever, you know? So again, did you ever jump the railroad tracks in Fayette over by the co-op? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Right. Fun stuff. You know, my friend Robert Deloach had a little like Toyota. I don't remember what it was. We called it the Egg. It was like a hatchback and we would zoom that thing over. It was awesome. I learned a very important lesson when I was a teenager, and that stuff's fun, but don't do it in the car that your dad gets you. You know, do it in somebody else's. Well, my 1976 Malibu was too heavy to come off the ground. That thing was like solid steel with a huge engine, and you would have to go 300 miles per hour to get airborne on it. So it really wouldn't do it. But anyway, Lord forgive me. I love chaos. Yeah, my advice to all the men in Canada, every one of you, go legally become a woman. Right. Yes. Let's see what happens. Well, and you know, you're already seeing problems, which look, if you're listening to this and, you know, you're like transitioning or doing whatever, I mean, more power to you. You do what you want to do. You know, I'm not the authority on who needs to be what in the world, but there are some inherent problems that will come along with it. You've seen like, in high school wrestling, like guys that have identified as women, like dominating. So they women. Can, yeah. And they're like, you know, getting scholarships or whatever. They're winning track meets. And they're dominating. Yeah. I mean, just dominating. I mean, blowing the setting records. And we always like to hear one side of the political spectrum talk about fair. I don't think that's fair. No. You know? Well, I mean, in a way, if you want to say it's fair, you know, let's just eliminate why have the WNBA and the NBA? Let's just eliminate it and let's put them all together, and whoever's the best will be playing.
Right.
Now, I guarantee you it'll probably be the guys, because the guys are like jumping and flipping and dunking and doing all kind of crazy stuff. And that's nothing against women. Now, women's basketball is great if you enjoy women's basketball. I happen to not enjoy women's basketball, so I can't sit here and advocate for why women's basketball is great. I don't want to see a bunch of layups and bounce passes. I want to see people flying through the rafters and dunking and hanging on the rim and doing all that, you know. But, I mean, if you're into women's basketball and you appreciate women's basketball, that's great. You know?
All 50 of you.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's out there. I don't know. I saw one of the stars of the WNBA said a while back, you know, she should be making as much money as LeBron makes, you know. Because it's unequal and all that, you know. Right. But I mean, of course, she's not going to listen to, you know, old white guy from Alabama or anything. But I wanted to send her a letter and be like, hey, LeBron brings in like millions, if not billions of dollars over his career in revenue for the teams he plays for. And you're not doing that. Now, that's nothing against you or the skill set that you have. You would beat me in a game of one-on-one so quick. I mean, you would dominate me, you know?
But the thing is you got to sell tickets. You got to bring in the same viewers that LeBron's bringing in before you get that.
And merchandise sales. I mean, you got to think about advertising revenue that comes in. I mean, everything is all tied into like a star like LeBron, you know? But, I mean, I can see where if you're
I think, you know, some guys at work were talking about this. I think, you know, the NFL, aren't they like, as far as professional players are paid, aren't they one of the lower tiers? Baseball is where the money's at. Yeah.
Baseball and then NBA.
And you think about the physical toll that football is taking on your body.
Right.
I mean, everybody's getting concussions.
Oh, right. Yeah.
All this stuff. You're getting brain damage, torn up knees.
Yeah.
You can go play baseball and, you know, now if you're a pitcher, I realize that that's going to take a toll on your, you know, on your arm. But, you know, there's a lot of positions you can play in baseball and you don't have that same physical toll and you're making more money.
And you're making way more money.
Again, it's capitalism. It's all about how much money are you, how valuable are you as a source of revenue, basically.
Yes. Yeah. And, you know, if I had a kid, if I could have passed out athletic DNA to my children, you know, as much as I love football, I would have recommended them playing baseball. For that reason, your career is going to be longer. You can make more money, and that seems like a win-win to me. It seems like the smart business move, you know. But none of my kids are athletic, so we didn't have to worry about having those conversations. Right. So, but yeah, I love football, but I wouldn't recommend my kids playing it. Not because I'm afraid they would get hurt or they would be brain dead at the end. Just there's more money in baseball.
Yeah,
so play baseball. You know, seems simple. If you can't play baseball, play in the NBA because you're going to tear up your feet and your knees, but you're going to make a whole lot more money than you will in football. So even if you're like the last player on the bench, you're going to make more money than just about everybody in football. The NBA has some huge contracts. In fact, the Atlanta Hawks signed Carmelo Anthony. Was it Carmelo Anthony? I think it was Carmelo Anthony. And for 20 or like 8, you know, took his contract. They traded for him. And he's owed $23 million. They're not even going to let him play. They're just paying him $23 million, and then he can go sign with somebody else.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you get that much money for doing nothing. It was something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers.
That money is not for podcasters.
Not yet. But wait, I mean, we're going to be like the Michael Jordan of podcasts. We pretty much already are. We're back in, like, you know, he was cut from his 8th grade basketball team. That's where we are right now.
Right.
You know, so we're going to come back and then be the greatest ever.
Well, this next story here. Japan's Inga City does not need ninjas after reports that it was hiring. Did you see this?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, there's a city in Japan called Inga, and this is the birthplace of the ninja.
Okay.
You know, this is the area of Japan where all the
ninja stuff
all that sprung from.
Yeah.
And I remember here a while back, this story about there's this elderly gentleman who he's like the last of like this long line of ninjas. And, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, technically he is the last ninja.
Oh,
you know, like after he passes on, he hasn't passed on his skills to anyone else. He's, you know,
the last ninja.
From him, you know, after he, you know, kicks the bucket.
There's no more.
After he goes to that great dojo in the sky, all ninjas from then on are posers. They're not real ninjas who were, ninja trained in a ninja dojo from a ninja line, from an ancient ninja clan. He's the last.
He's the last one.
Yeah.
That's a movie right there.
It really is.
It is.
The Last Ninja.
The Last Ninja. That's a great title. And then you have him like defending the honor of Japan by himself. He finds like a little kid to teach all his skills to. Kind of Karate Kiddish. You know
what? Let's stop the podcast right now and start working on
write
scripts.
That movie. Yeah, right.
Let's start working on a script right now.
Don't steal our idea. Copyright. Copyright. I think that's all you have to say for it to work.
Yeah. So anyway, well, last week, it came out that, there was a ninja shortage. And NPR did a story on it.
Yeah.
And that was actually in the inbox, but then apparently they were like flooded with applications. People wanting to be ninjas.
You got guys like me trying to sign up.
Yeah.
I always want to be a ninja. I got throwing stars.
Oh man, those throwing stars that you used to get at Tanny Hill.
Oh yeah, like at a flea market. They're the greatest thing ever.
Those were the best.
One of my college roommate, Randy Johnson. I doubt Randy listens because he's much too cool to listen. But his kids have they throw hatchets and stuff, and they have throwing stars. He put a video up of them throwing stars the other day, and I was like, man, I want to go to a flea market and buy.
I actually had a ninja magazine that showed had the pictures for how you throw a shuriken,
nice. Yes.
And all this stuff.
Beautiful, yeah, that's awesome.
And my roommate, he had a little pamphlet. It was the art of ninja invisibility, and it had all kinds of hiding. How you hide techniques? How you hide in plain sight?
Trying all that.
Yes.
He's standing behind a potted.
We were like, man, we're gonna read this and become the best at laser tag.
Yep.
Anyway. A Japanese city has been forced to clarify it is not in fact recruiting ninjas following reports that it was facing a shortage of the skilled assassins.
Okay.
Which my first question is, why not?
Yeah. Just get more. Yeah.
Earth Oddity, hey, we're recruiting ninjas. You ninjas out there, y'all want to join our ninja army?
Join our ninja army?
Yeah. Send in your resumes.
I think we get labeled as a militia real quick. Yeah. It's like we said, we're like.
Even if there's no guns, this is like throwing stars and nunchucks. Right.
We're dangerous anyways because we're white and we're man and we're married and we're Christian. So if it gets out that we're recruiting a ninja army, we're going to be on some sort of watch list so quick. The Earth Oddity Militia based out of Alabama. That sounds scary.
Earth Oddity Ninja Clan.
Yes. That sounds scary. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Local officials in Inga, which styles itself as the birthplace of ninjadom, has received a flood of applications from the world. The mix-up apparently began with a report by a U.S. broadcaster. It was NPR. They did a story about it. On the 16th of July, NPR reported in its Indicator from Planet Money podcast that Inga was struggling to expand its ninja-based tourism strategy because of a labor shortage.
Oh.
Inga will build a second ninja museum, but faces a labor shortage, which also extends to ninjas, said journalist Sally Herships in the NPR podcast. There's a ninja shortage, or to be accurate, a ninja performer shortage.
Okay. Yeah.
There's only one more ninja. These are all the posers we were talking about.
Right, yeah.
Ms. Herships also added that ninja performers in Japan could make anywhere between $23,000 and $85,000 a year.
Wow.
That's a huge gap.
Sign me up. Yeah, but if I can get on that upper end, I'd be fine with that.
I was about to say, I wonder how far if you hire in at $23,000 a year,
how many years you gotta get in?
How many people you have to behead before you get $85,000,
No.
How many assassinations do you have to make before you're on the upper end?
The $85K to wear your little black pajamas around all day is not too bad.
Well, remember, you gotta kill people too. Yeah, you can't be seen.
Yeah, well,
and video cameras nowadays.
It's gonna be tough.
It's never been harder to be a ninja than it is
true.
now.
That's very true. Yeah. That's, as the pooper intendant found out.
The NPR podcast fueled a frenzy of online reports, with many suggesting that the city was looking to hire ninjas. NPR later said that a summary of its podcast had been incorrectly stated and that the story may have been misunderstood.
Oh.
NPR had posted a summary which said that Inga is facing a serious problem and there aren't enough people trained to be ninjas, not even for $85K a year. The characterization was incorrect. An NPR spokesperson told the BBC after the story was posted online, portions of the story may have been misconstrued on social media or abridged in other media outlets.
So you mean people on social media they get something wrong? They maybe only read a headline and then hit share or something? Wow, I'm stunned. I'm shocked.
But those reports led to at least 115 ninja hopefuls from 23 countries to contact Inga officials inquiring about a possible job.
Okay.
Most were questions about whether they were really hiring, but there were a few that begged us to employ them and tried to promote themselves. Tourism strategy official Motoyoshi Sami told Reuters news agency.
It's a good job on that name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Some had real confidence in their bodies and strength. Inga has wasted no time in capitalizing on the confusion, turning it to its advantage. In its statement, it extolled the virtues of its splendid tourist attractions, including facilities about ninjas. Besides the first ninja museum, the central Japanese city also has several ninja costume rental shops.
All right.
And holds a yearly ninja festival where visitors can throw ninja stars and use blowguns, according to the tourism website.
Big blowgun fan.
Yeah, Inga is not officially hiring, but this is where ninjas originated, the city said in a statement. You can feel the experience. You can feel and experience their history throughout the city, so please visit Inga.
Yeah, that's what I would say. You just got to flip this around, get some people coming in.
Yeah.
Or you just say, hey, guys, come on over. The application process is you go to all of our museums. You you get to practice with the blowgun, for a fee of $1,000, and then we'll let you know if you made it. Yeah.
Okay. You got to have a ninja summer camp for all the kids.
Yeah.
Like there's a space camp.
Yeah.
If you're in sports, there's like quarterback camp and all this stuff.
Yes.
You got to have a ninja camp.
Well, and then they have like fantasy camp. So if you're like our age and say you're really into baseball, you can sign up and go to like Braves fantasy camp. You get to hang out with Dale Murphy and Glenn Hubbard and Bob Horner and all those guys, the Negro brothers and everything, and pretend you're playing baseball, or whatever. Go out and take batting practice with Dale Murphy, by the way, Dale Murphy, greatest Mormon athlete of all time. I just like to throw that out there for everybody. You may want to throw out Steve Young, but you're wrong. Okay. Or, the Bears quarterback, whatever his name was, Jim McMahon. No, Dale Murphy's better than all of them. So he's the greatest Mormon athlete. 2-time NL MVP, for the Braves, which were horrible at the time. So. Yeah. Just want to throw it out there. Never did steroids or anything. Great guy. Loved his family. Good dude. Dale Murphy's awesome. So that's my commercial for Dale Murphy. But there is a whole culture of kids my age. Well, we're not kids anymore, who grew up watching the Braves on TBS.
And they want to go to camp.
Yeah, and they'll go to that camp and they'll pay untold amount of money to go and get to hang out with their stars. So now you can go do ninja camp. I mean, I think we just came up with a good idea.
I was about to say, coming summer 2019,
yeah,
Earth Oddity Podcast Ninja Camp.
Ninja Camp, right.
And all you ninjas out there, hey, Inga's, they don't want you, but we do.
No, yeah. Well, really, the birthplace of American ninja is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. All right? Everybody knows that. That's common knowledge. So you just come on down to our camp. We'll feed you hot dogs. You can practice with your butterfly knife.
And we'll pay you $85K a year.
Yeah, right.
In odd coin.
In odd coin. Okay, so moving along, this comes from the BBC News. It's an Egypt zoo accused of painting donkey to look like a zebra. Student Mahoum Saran put the images on Facebook after visiting Cairo's International Garden Municipal Park. Aside from its small size and pointy ears, there were also black smudges on its face. The pictures quickly went viral, with experts weighing in on the species of the animal. A vet contacted by the local news group extranews.tv said the zebra's snout is black, while its stripes are more consistent and parallel. Mr. Sarhan told Extra News that the enclosure contained 2 animals and that both had been painted. When contacted by a local radio station, zoo director Mohammed Sultan, if you're Middle Eastern, that's a great name.
That's very royal.
Mohammed Sultan insisted the animal was not fake. This is not the first time that a zoo has been accused of trying to fool its audience.
So they've done this before.
Well,
pull this off.
Unable to find a way around the Israeli blockade, a zoo in Gaza painted 2 donkeys to look like zebras in 2009. And another Gaza zoo put stuffed animals on display in 2012 because of the shortages of animals. In 2013, a Chinese zoo in Henan province tried to pass off a Tibetan Mastiff dog as an African lion. And in 2017, another zoo in China at a place that I will never be able to pronounce correctly, disappointed visitors by exhibiting blow-up plastic penguins.
Blow up plastic penguins. It's not even an animal.
Yes. So this zoo in Egypt, it was a really short article. This zoo in Egypt was painted a donkey to look like a zebra. I mean, I don't know. If you're a kid, you're not going to know the difference. What does it matter? But it seems like a budget a little short over in the Egyptian zoo, which, it's kind of crazy. But if you look at the picture, I mean, I'm not there with it,
It's a great picture.
Yeah, you'll see it in the show notes, or go to our Facebook group.
I'm posting this right now because that picture is hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that picture.
I mean, the dude, which I didn't know they had hipsters in Egypt, by the way.
He's just looking at the camera and he's got this look on his face like, I paid $8 for this.
Yeah, right. Yes. So, yeah, if you're going to a zoo in Egypt anytime soon, you may just want to be aware that there may not be correct animals there that you would need. And they got called out for it. And that's just what happens sometimes to all of us.
Well, me personally, I've got one more story, and this is an update on the pooper attendant. Does everybody remember the pooper attendant?
Yes, I do. He was going around in the morning and pooping on the school track.
Yeah, this is the one when we had to fly in the special investigator.
Right.
Agent Dragon. To investigate and figure this out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, superintendent accused of going number 2 on the track resigns.
Okay, he resigns. Got to do that before the school year starts back.
Is this Kenilworth, New Jersey? Is that right?
Yeah, sounds right to me.
The school superintendent, or as we got to call him, the pooperintendent, accused of repeatedly defecating on another high school's track, has resigned. The Star Ledger of Newark reports that the school board accepted Thomas Tragamolini's resignation Thursday in an email and voicemail sent out to staff. The board said it became clear that his continued service became, quote, too much of a distraction.
Yeah, I can see that.
When podcasts out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama are talking about
you.
News has gotten out.
You think some high schoolers are going to let that die down at their old school up there? No, not at all.
Tragamolini is charged with public defecation, lewdness, and littering, and a court hearing is pending. Authorities say that surveillance video caught Tragamolini in late April following an early morning run at Homedale High School. Police said staff members were watching to see who had been leaving human feces on the property. His lawyer, Matthew Adams, issued a statement saying that Tragamolini will continue to fight the allegations and that his resignation should not be construed as an acknowledgement of guilt.
Wow.
Well,
I'll say, this is probably the third story that we've done on separate incidents of people who jog having to poop and just.
We had some more this week, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want the Earth Oddity podcast to become the Earth Oddity Poop Cast,
right. But what I just want to say to all you people who run, what's wrong with y'all, man? I mean, not the fact that you run, but why are you pooping in the streets?
I can understand wanting to, you're jogging anyway. I can understand wanting to get out and see stuff and go places.
Right.
But if this is a problem for you, maybe you need to just stick to the treadmill.
Well, hold off on
where
that.
you can hop off and go to the bathroom.
Hold off on that morning coffee until after you get back from your run.
It dehydrates you anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So. I don't know what your problems are. That's just crazy. And if you're the superintendent and you already know there's a problem and people are looking, because that's what was going on, it's like an ongoing problem. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it got brought up to the superintendent. Hey, somebody's crapping on the track out here, Then you stop. You're like, okay, well, they're going to be looking for me. I don't want to get caught doing this. So I'll wait and go in my neighbor's yard while I'm jogging back home or something. I don't get it. That just doesn't seem like a smart move. That's not the guy you want running your school.
No.
Your school system.
Says here, neither Adams nor authorities have said why Tragamellini allegedly did what police allege. Well, I would say it's because the field house was locked.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah.
Adams also said that Tragamellini plans to sue Homdale police over the mugshot taken after his arrest, claiming they should not have photographed him at police headquarters because the public defecation, lewdness, and litter charges were low-level municipal offenses.
Oh, okay.
Dude, you do the time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Or you do the crime, you do the time. That's
right.
That's what that comes along with it.
Yes.
It's like getting photographed and fingerprinted for a speeding ticket, Adams told the newspaper. I would say no. It's way different. Yeah. Public defecation is not like getting fingerprinted and photographed for a speeding ticket.
Not everybody's, I mean, everybody speeds every now and then, okay? But not everybody's pooping on the high school track.
He has filed a tort claim notice that lists potential damages of more than $1 million due to loss of income, harm to his reputation, emotional distress, and invasion of privacy. Well, if I was the school board, I would counter that tort claim with another tort claim listing $1 million of damage and feces removal.
Well, I mean, I don't know how he's claiming invasion of privacy. Like, if you're pooping in public, then you're pooping in public.
That's not private.
You don't have any expectation of privacy in public, do you? But maybe there's something else.
Not on the track, not on the school track.
Yeah, right. You're just right out there in the open.
I mean, look, if they had put this camera like up in a bathroom stall and recorded him and put it out there and then he would have a claim. But dude, you weren't in a stall. You were on the track.
And how do you not just run underneath the stands? That's where you do it. A visitor side, of course. You don't do it on the home side. You did that on the visitor side.
Yes. It is our position that the photograph that had been widely disseminated was unlawfully taken and maliciously distributed, Adams said. Homdale officials did not return a call seeking comment.
Of course. I wouldn't either.
I was about to say, dude, I mean, come on. You are being photographed and videotaped at all times, every moment of the day.
Nobody
behave yourself.
Right. Look, if I ever get caught for pooping in public, all right, I don't poop in public. First of all,
you poop like a ninja.
Well, this is beyond what everybody needs to know, but I'm a home based type of guy, and if I can't be at home, I'll grab some Imodium. I like being at home. All right,
yeah.
So you're not going to worry about me doing this, but if you get caught, don't go filing counter lawsuits and stuff. I mean, just have a little shame and be like, look, I was doing it and I'm just going to fade away.
I'm going to change my name.
Yeah, move to another
part
of the country.
I'm going to grow a beard.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move to another part of the country.
Right. And I'm going to change my ways. I'm not going to poop in public anymore. I'm going to straighten up.
I'm going to keep jogging, but I'm going to stick to the treadmill from now on.
Or, I'll just make sure I'm jogging at a place with a public restroom I can go in if I need to go. So you just don't go, shooting one out your pants leg or however he has to do it. I don't know. I mean, that's just wild. Yeah. I was saying, I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
This dude's strange. I'd like to see if we could get him on the podcast. You think we could? Come and discuss.
We can try.
We want to hear your side of the story.
We want to give you a voice.
Right.
We want to let you.
Well, first of all, you were caught red-handed, or whatever, red-rumped.
You were
caught red-rumped.
Brown-rumped.
And so, you don't really have a defense there. But, just tell us what's going through your mind. I would like to get your thought process other than, I don't know. It's just weird. Anyways, I don't want you running my school system there. Pooper. No.
The pooper intended.
Yes. Next up, this comes from, I can't even pronounce this website, but it's a burglar who wakes up a couple to ask to use their Wi-Fi network. So, a 60-something couple in Palo Alto got an unpleasant surprise on Sunday when they woke up in the middle of the night to find a masked intruder in their bedroom. And he said he wanted to use the couple's Wi-Fi network. The burglar didn't get the Wi-Fi password he was looking for, however. The man leaped out of bed and confronted the intruder, shoving him down the hallway and out the front door.
Dang.
Yeah.
So he's like, nobody uses my internet.
Right.
But me.
He then immediately called the police, and the troublemaker was arrested minutes later. No one was injured in the confrontation. Palo Alto police declined to name the 17-year-old suspect because he was a minor, and he was arrested for burglary, which is a felony, by the way, as well as a misdemeanor charge of prowling. He was also arrested for providing false information to a police officer, according to police. He initially lied about his identity when he was apprehended. The intruder had gotten into the house by cutting a screen covering an open window in the side yard. So they probably, I guess, Palo Alto's probably got pretty pleasant weather. You just leave the windows open at night. Remarkably, this wasn't the suspect's only legally dubious attempt to get Wi-Fi access that weekend. Just before midnight the previous night, police say the same young man was found prowling around outside another Palo Alto home. When the house residents came out and confronted him, he asked to use their Wi-Fi network because he was out of data.
Been there.
They told him to get lost, and he rode away on a bike that turned out to be stolen from their backyard.
Oh, man.
Police were able to recover the bike from the suspect following the second burglary, and he may face an additional charge for stealing the bike.
This may be the first time police have ever solved a stolen bike case.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, no, you don't. Totally right. Well, I mean, when your data goes out, it's tough. That's the kind of struggles people are dealing with these days.
So was he a neighbor? Did he live next door?
It didn't say, but apparently he was probably just rolling down the street searching for Wi-Fi networks.
Because my first thought is, like you said, again, when you're out of data, it's
tough.
That
can't
stinks,
check the
man.
old Facebook.
You can't upload anything to Instagram.
That's right, yeah.
You can't, watch your favorite channels on YouTube. Yeah. It's bad.
Can't get your DMs on Twitter from your girlfriend or whatever.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But there are, I've never been to Palo Alto, but I assume there's places you can go that have public Wi-Fi.
Right. Yes. Like the library or, the
mall.
Or the mall.
Or Captain D's.
Yeah. The Starbucks, because they can't kick you out if you don't buy anything anymore. So just go chill out in Starbucks all day long.
Yeah.
Seems very simple.
Make them mad.
Yeah. Right. Yes. So I don't know. This kid's probably got more problems than not, but I will say
I'm just thinking, for him to think, and I know he's a teenager.
It's true.
I was a teenager once.
Me too.
And I did stupid things. Never broke in anyone's home asking for their Wi-Fi password. But
no, not asking for their Wi-Fi password.
Because there was no such thing as Wi-Fi.
Right. Yeah.
But the point is, maybe he's thinking he's a neighbor and he's like, man, I don't want to get on this stolen bicycle and pedal all the way down to the mall just to check my Facebook.
That's right.
Just break into these elderly couples' home and
demand their
Wi-Fi password.
I'll just say you're not pulling this move in the South because you'll get shot real quick.
That's right.
Somebody standing at the foot of your bed in the middle of the night wakes you up and goes, I need the Wi-Fi password.
Not to mention, are they not just going to change it as soon as they hand it over?
I don't know.
In the South, if you want somebody's Wi-Fi password, you've got a pretty good chance of getting it if you just ask them.
You just knock on the door.
If you're 17 years old and you're like, I'm out of data, can I please... I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you've probably got a 50-50 shot of, an elderly couple being, oh, sure.
Yeah,
that's fine. Come on in and I'll bake you some cookies.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Sit down here at the table. You need to talk to your girlfriend. That's fine. Let's just do
Would you like a glass of milk?
Let me tell you about Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get down here.
And that's what I love about it.
But if you break in the house, some 60-year-old man's going to double tap you in the
die.
Chest. Right. Yes.
You die.
Real quick.
We're a people of extremes.
Exactly.
We're extremely nice.
Yes.
But then on the other end, we're extremely, wrathful.
Yes. You're going to get taken out.
You can get the grace or you can get the wrath. It's up to you.
You pick which one you want. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so you just, be on your toes down here. If you just ask, we'll probably let you, for a limited amount of time.
Right.
We'll let you forever, but yeah. Which my Wi-Fi password is the original password, like the company set it for me, and it's so complex.
I was just going to say,
letters,
ours is the same way.
Numbers and like question marks and
ours is like
ampersands.
F96 equals YUG semicolon /
Exactly. Yes.
It
is like, we have it written down, and I'm like, if we ever lose that paper and we have to like reset the router or something, or we all have to sign on again, we're dead.
That has happened to my dad, by the way, because my dad.
Oh, he's an internet expert.
Well, no, he's not. He has internet access, and he has it plugged into his computer, and which he don't get on there all that often. He has a wireless router, but he doesn't know the password because all that paperwork that they give you.
Yeah.
I guess it just all went straight in the trash.
He's like, I don't need this.
He's like, I don't need this 26 character password for anything. And so now that he's got his smartphone and his wife has her tablet and, I'm trying to show him all this cool stuff you can do. And he's like, well, where's my Wi-Fi password? I'm like, don't know. I have no idea.
And you think you can call the company if that happens?
I told him, I said, look, you're going to have, he's with Comcast. So that's strike three.
You better block off a 48-hour window.
I was about to say, it's going to be a pain, which what else do you have to do?
Right.
But I said, you're going to have to call customer service and you're probably going to be on the phone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But eventually they can reset your password or whatever, and then you can. And he just hadn't done it, so which I don't blame him.
Yeah, so I don't really blame him either. If you're just like, I'm good, like it is, so we're fine.
I mean, Comcast customer service. It should be called Comcast customer harassment.
They
should change the name.
They are something else. I had Comcast at my business, and we did everything off of all our registers were internet. It had to be on the internet to scan cards and all that. And I promised once a month the internet would go down. And it would only go down like during the middle of lunch when I had people lined up wanting to pay with a credit card. Oh, most frustrating thing ever.
It makes you think they're trying to do it.
Yeah. And so then I called and was like, well, look, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to get another service. Let me cancel it. And they're like, oh, no, you got a year contract. And if you want to cancel it, it's going to cost you $5,600. And I was like, good luck getting that money out of me. I hope y'all have fun with this one. And they're like, oh, well, we'll put it on your credit report. And I was like, have you seen my credit report? No, I'm good. That's fine. Put it on there. Yeah. No.
And yet the credit card offers keep rolling in.
Right. Yeah, still getting them. I had to get all kind of stuff. So, yeah. If
I called one company one time to cancel a credit card that we just got paid off or whatever. Yeah. And then, she tried to talk me out of it.
Of course.
This was several years ago, but she were all like, the economy's bad right now and people aren't offering credit card offers like they were back in when you got it. I said, lady, I ripped up 4 credit card offers and threw them in the trash right before I called you. Right. I'm not worried about it.
No, I'm good. I'll be good. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, all right, well, whatever. So I ended up keeping them because I couldn't pay $5,600 and they weren't going to cancel it,
Right. They got you.
Yeah. Yeah. They got me. That's it. They got me. And that was the most frustrating part is they won,
Yes.
There was nothing I could do about it. Okay, community news. First off, we're going to start out talking about our sponsor, the #1 sponsor in the world, Cajun Curl.
Oh, yes.
Bayou Blended Spices and their Cajun Curl chip cutter. You need to check them out on their website, which is CajunCurl.com. It was created on the Elm Bayou in Evangeline Parish, Louisiana. Everybody knows where that is.
Oh, yeah.
World famous. And it's a seasoning that goes on everything. If you like cooking or eating, this is a spice for you. Cajun Curl Bayou Blended Spice goes well with chicken, beef, pork, potatoes, anything else you can think put it on. You can put it on whatever. It's going to make it better. Their spiral potato cutter is out of this world. It's easy to use, it's easy to clean, and it allows you to make your own chips, potato chips now, using Cajun Curl. So you cook up your own potato chips. They're amazing, and it's so easy to use. You can get that on CajunCurl.com. On their website also, they got recipes that go along with everything they use. You can cook nachos. There's a recipe for nachos up there that's really good. and you'll be able to also locate where they're sold nearest to you if you want to go pick it up at the store. Here locally in Tuscaloosa, it's at Bowles on Skyline Boulevard and South Finest Meat, which is over off of Greensboro Avenue and 35th Street or 10th Avenue, if you're depending on which way you're coming,
right?
Because it like switches right there at Greensboro Avenue. We're right before it. And let's see. If your local grocer doesn't carry world famous Cajun Curl Bayou blended spice, ask them to start stocking it. All of their products are made in the USA. So, like I've said before, not only do you enjoy the taste of it, but you feel patriotic when you eat too. Right. So, I mean, it's like the national anthem of foods going in your mouth. And it's all natural, low salt, and it has a little kick in it, but it doesn't burn your lips. World famous Cajun Curl Bayou blended spices. Taste the spice, but not the heat. Trademark Tiny Sullivan, www.cajuncurl.com. Check them out. There's an awesome company, locally owned, locally sourced, everything local that people love local. So buy local. If you're not local, get on their website, order it for you, and then take the container to your grocery store and tell them to start stocking it. So, all right. So that's Cajun Curl. We appreciate all their help.
Cajun Curl Spice, making food great.
There you go. That's good. It may not want to be linked to Donald. A lot of controversy with Donald.
Hey, I will say the other day, we made some spaghetti. Well, I say made some spaghetti. What that really means is we boiled some noodles and then poured some spaghetti sauce in a pot and heated it up and tried to add a little spice.
I thought that's how they is made worldwide, right?
Anyway, it was terrible. You know, I don't know what the problem was. I guess it was a new sauce that we don't usually get, and it just wasn't that great.
Yes.
I put some Cajun Curl on it. It didn't make, bland spaghetti into great spaghetti, but it did make it good enough to where, I could actually eat it.
It was enjoyable.
Didn't throw it away.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay. Did we get any reviews in this week?
Well, we didn't get any iTunes reviews in.
Oh.
But we do have a Facebook review.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to read that. This comes from Stephen Cash. It says, I normally don't review pages, but this weird news podcast is great. When I have absolutely nothing better to do, like driving, this podcast helps fill the void that road rage might fill otherwise. Again, that's what we're for. That's what podcasting is for.
That's Steve. That's my cousin-in-law I was talking about earlier. They gave us the donkey zebra story. Yeah. So when he has absolutely nothing better to do, he checks us out, which we appreciate. If we can fill that void in everybody's life, I'd be happy.
That's what we're here to do.
Yes.
According to Wikipedia, road rage can lead to altercations, assaults, and collisions that result in serious physical injuries or even death. So this podcast is basically saving lives. Thank you for saving lives, John and Tiny.
Okay.
Well, you're welcome.
Yes.
And we are very glad that we saved your life,
yes,
Mr. Cash.
Yeah. I mean, he did take a Dremel tool from me one year in Dirty Santa. And,
Hey, that's Dirty Santa, man.
Well, I don't know, man.
That's prison rules.
Still made me a little mad about it, even though I have my own, already had one then.
I was about to say, had it been stolen 3 times?
No.
Well, then I would have taken it too, dude. That's the name of the game.
Well, you can't immediately steal it back though, You
can't steal it back?
Yeah. I don't think that's how we play.
That makes perfect sense.
Everybody's real serious about it, and I don't care. Really.
You got to get somebody that going after you to steal your prize, so then you can go get it back.
Yeah, but I don't take it that seriously. I mean, really, whatever I get's fine.
Truth be told, I mean, if you want a Dremel tool, I guess you just need to go get you a Dremel tool.
Well, the thing is I've learned now that I just buy a crappy present that nobody wants, and then whoever gets it, even if whatever I get I really like and it gets stolen, I'll still laugh at the person who got the crappy present I bought. So in the end, I win either way. So
I love that game, and in our group, a lot of times what we do is because it's Christmas time, and we kind of like the Sunday school class to donate to charities and to give to people who are needy. But we still like the game, so what we'll do is we'll have like a thrift store version where, you just get something in your house that you don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Or you go to the thrift store and, spend $5 on a cookie jar or whatever, and then we play it with that. Because the fun is just in, swapping and stealing and
I agree.
cutting up.
Which we did last year with my family, my mom's side of the family. We draw names every year, you know, so like you get somebody's name and you buy them a present, which has always been good. It's worked out well for us for the 41 years I've been alive. But they did as seen on TV, the stuff that you had to buy for everybody. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. A lot of people got squatty potties and stuff. I have a flashlight in my car that I got from it. So
I bought some kind of oh gosh, what was it? It was this glue that was supposed to you're supposed to put on rips in clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And like magically makes it, come together like.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that?
It's not Flex Seal, right?
No, that Flex Seal is totally different. This was actually for clothes. Like you rip your pants. And, well, that's a bad example because you rip your pants nowadays and that's like cool. You know?
Right, true.
But let's say it's your favorite coat or whatever and you get a rip in it. You take this glue and it's supposed to magically bond it
back together.
Like the T-1000 in Terminator.
Yes.
Did not work well. No.
Oh, man. I feel like if I could get an as seen on TV product, just come up with something, which I had along with Andrew. It was probably more Andrew's idea than mine, was a glow in the dark toilet seat. Which I thought was a great idea.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, right. But then they came up with the bowl light, which stole all our thunder. But
dude, glow in the dark is way better. Bowl
cool.
light,
you can put designs
change that
on
out
it
and stuff. You know, it's disgusting.
If you could put script A Alabama's all the way around the ring, that part just glows or whatever. It's my idea. Trademark, copyright, whatever. Don't steal my idea.
Arrows, front, back.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So someone don't try to
Yes, if you get up in the middle of the night and you need to go, it's just glowing.
Yeah, and no one tries to sit on the toilet like a motorcycle or something.
True. Yes. But
which is really fun, by the way. You went out there,
go backwards. That's Australian style, by the way.
You want to swap it up,
You get on there Australian style. Yeah, I don't know. Which a whole nother discussion about why we have to lower the toilet seats at all times at my house.
Yeah.
I don't get. I don't understand. All right. And this is nothing against females in general. I do it because it's polite and everything, but if you've been sitting on the toilet for your whole life, you got to sit down to do your business. That's the way it works for females. I assume. I don't go in the bathroom when my wife's in the bathroom. We love each other. We don't love each other that much. I don't want to be in the room when you're doing anything. If you've been sitting on the toilet your whole life, do you not just automatically visually scan before you sit down?
Apparently not.
I guess not. Women are way smarter than men and everything else, but they hadn't figured out, all I need to do is just glance before I drop my pants and sit down. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's my wife graduated college in 3 years, summa cum laude, whatever the highest one is. She didn't make any bad grades or whatever. Right. I trust her to raise my children. I trust her to ride in a car with her and everything else. But for some reason, she just can't work out the toilet seat, How is that why is that a hang up? It seems like a very simple thing to do.
Well,
I don't get it.
I prefer to pee outside anyway.
Well, sometimes I just close, or I lower the seat and then I close the lid too, just to make her have to do some work as well. So when she goes in there, Cause it's like the old saying, you don't lift it up for us when you're done, I'm just saying. Well, my boys will just pee all over everything.
Not even trying.
Yeah, they just roll in, just pee all over the wall, ceiling, floor, toilet seat.
Well, I've got a fix for this, and no one will listen to me. We need urinals in all restrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
That will fix the problem.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely. Which
I remember when I was in my 20s, I always, talked like I wanted a urinal in my living room so that I wouldn't have to, nowadays there's DVR and you just pause anyway.
Right, yeah.
But back in those days, my thought was, hey, if I'm watching TV, I don't have to wait for a commercial break.
Get up, pee. You got that urine cake, urinal cake smell in your living room when you walk in. Yeah.
But again, those were my days as a bachelor. I know better now.
I was saying, I'm married and I've been broke and I lower and raise the toilet seat like a pro. But I'm just saying, if you're getting caught with it being up, that's on you. That's nobody's fault but your own. I don't sit down in any chair with at least glancing to make sure I'm not sitting on something or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm saying, I'm not trying to stir up anything with our female listeners. We love y'all. But how are you getting caught up on that? I mean, you're about to sit down. Just look.
Please don't unsubscribe.
Yeah, no, don't at all. In fact, get your female friends to subscribe just so they can review us and tell us how dumb we are for this idea of you being responsible for what you're sitting on.
But 5 stars. That's what you need to rate it. That communicates to us how dumb we are.
Yeah, right. That's 5 stars is the lowest rating you can give us. Yes. Yeah, per international law.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have been listening to Earth Oddity Podcast, and we thank you so much for listening to us no matter where you get us, whether you get us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Overcast, Acast, Podcast Republic, Castbox. We thank you so much.
That's right.
You can email the show. We are earthoddity@planetmail.net. Yep. You can follow us on Instagram. What's that Instagram handle?
It's _Earth Oddity. And then our Twitter also is @_Earth Oddity. You can get in there. Tiny tweets out all stuff all week long, stuff we don't even cover. You know? It's pretty awesome.
And you can also join our Facebook group.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can like our podcast page, and then our community group is just Earth Oddity. Yeah. And we've got, lots of people throwing up stories. A lot of times our stories come from that group.
That's
so
right.
If you want to maybe...
Very active in there this week, too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would really like to see this group take on a life of its own.
Yeah, right.
Where it's not just me and you talking to each other.
Exactly. We do that enough.
But maybe get some other admins, and then we can sit back and enjoy it like everybody else does.
Exactly.
All right, y'all have a good week.
Yeah. Put the toilet seat down.
Later.
Hey, the show's over. Why you're still listening?